All right, looking at the All-22 Chargers versus Saints. First, I want to say I don't know why we were trying to throw the screen so much. I mean, I think sometimes plays don't work for small reasons, and if you go to them again, they might work. But I think clearly the Saints were prepared for the screen to our left. And, you know, sometimes when I run a play, I'm just looking at it in terms of whether it's successful or not. So if it's unsuccessful once, I'm like, okay, maybe it was just a fluke. But if it's unsuccessful twice, then I start to think, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just not going to work. But if it's unsuccessful 3 times, then 4 times, you know, and then we ran it again for 5th time, I think I only got 1 yard at that point. So one thing that I am critical of Greg Roman is his ability to adjust on the fly. And sometimes you just stick to the same play too many times, and it's costing us drives, you know. It's costing us points. It's costing us field position. Our first series was a 3-and-out. Third series, we ran a screen, which resulted in -5 yards. That was a 5 play and out. Not only that, a screen is a play where there's an element of surprise to it. And so when you run it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you kind of lose that element of surprise. And it's probably also a play that requires a successful run many times prior to running it. But I think the Saints were just prepared for it. You know, they watched film too, and I think you can clearly see that they were ready for it. That second screen should have worked. I don't know why pass was dropped. And on the third screen, looked like JK didn't realize it was a screen because he's blocking. We have linemen running out to block. Pass that Disley dropped should have been caught, but for whatever reason, a lot of these passes from Herbert's like this get dropped. And so, you know, if I'm Herbert, I'm probably thinking maybe I should put a little more touch on it, a little more air. I mean, no one's in front of him. You could probably put a little bit more air on it, so it's a little bit easier to catch. I mean, Disley he's a tight end, and he's not even considered, at least prior to this season, wasn't really considered a receiving tight end. So, and I like to say that I definitely manifested some of these plays. And if the Chargers want to hire me, I'd love to be an analyst for them. Some of these plays I definitely identified in my scouting video I posted earlier. I'm liking these route concepts though. Everything looks kind of like it makes sense. I definitely manifested this wheel route, go route. Safety totally comes down. Herbert makes a great read on that. You know, it's to Palmer, and then he does it again to Rager. It's another tight end screen, and although didn't go for many yards, it was still a 2-yard gain. I think the Chargers are going to have to be stingy with the yards they get versus the Browns because they're a very good defense and they're going to put a lot of pressure. Might need to do a lot of these play action plays. This play from Herbert to Tomlinson definitely throws it behind him, throws it high and behind. And the reason why this is bad is twofold because 1, Tomlinson's expecting it in front of him, and 2, it's hard to make a catch when you're going one way and the ball's thrown the other way. And 3, Tomlinson is, again, he's a tight end who's probably not known for catching the ball. And then 4, the velocity on this ball seems like it's pretty high. So, yeah, you would like to see Tomlinson catch this pass, but it needs to be thrown better. I think that one's on Herbert for sure. When Herbert made that scramble for a long run, it's 38-yarder, something triggered in him, and he started playing better. It's like, oh yeah, football's fun. So we need to figure out how to tap more into that because I think Herbert is a slow starter for whatever reason. So I don't know if Chargers should have like a design rollout run or design rollout pass with the run built into it, or figure out a way to get him some contact. Or maybe it was just the fact that the noise, the crowd got involved. But Herbert, no doubt, makes plays with his legs, and it is dynamic in that sense. So maybe that's something that needs to be tapped in more earlier to get him in a rhythm, to get him kind of fired up, to get him kind of playing with excitement.